Now, number two, what I wanted to share with you is that to move on is that you got to recognize the reality and actuality of the present time, the present moment, which is she's not with you. If you're a boy and you had a girlfriend, you broke up, and the girls reverse it. She's not with you, and she may very well be with somebody else. So understand that, realize that, which means you bringing your psyche, you bringing yourself, your whole of you, the center of you, the whole of you, you bring it into present. Because if you don't think that, if you don't understand, if you don't focus on the fact that the reality is she's not with you, she's with somebody else, then you're not living in the present time with its actuality. You're still in your memory and thinking about that, what it was, which means you're not in present, you're not in reality, you're not with the actuality of things. And that, again, is not going to let you move on, because you're not with what life is like today, right now. You're still in the past. And that past, if you give it reality, which doesn't exist and is dead, but by thinking about it and not being at the present moment, realizing that the reality is that she's not with you, if you're still in the past and thinking about it, then you give the reality to the past, to something that is not in existence, but you gave it a reality because you think that's where you are. You're still not focusing on this. If you're not focusing on this here, that means you're still looking that way. And that way is there's nothing there. Is a memory, is a video, is a recording. And you're basing your livelihood on the recording. Remember we said if you're thinking about the past and you're not recognizing the present and you're thinking about the past, so what you're living is a death of the past, because the past, what you're thinking is non-existence, is dead, but you call that living because you're constantly thinking about what it was in the past, memories, and all the memories are dead. So the living that you call living is a death of the past, which is, we've covered in the videos, it's pretty outrageous, silly to think that way, that our living really is the death of the past. So what good is that? So let's come back to the reality. And the reality is that she's not with you, she could be with somebody else, very well. And just be aware of it. Realize it. That's the reality. So that was number two. Number three is treating your memories of her as reality, which is all dead and non-existence. Like if you consider a video of a movie as an actuality of it, like you're looking at the video of a movie, but you actually believe that it's happening now. Well, it's not. So it's not sensible to think the film that you're looking, the movie that you're looking, is actually happening. Well, it's not. No matter what emotions you express yourself through, it's not happening. So again, I think 2 and 3 is the same pretty much, but again, you should realize that the memory is not reality. Okay? So number 3 is understand that you're hanging on to memory because you don't like the disorder. Remember we talked about order and disorder? And when you guys are together at the beginning of the relationship, it was like if it's a disorder because you had a different center, she had a different center, you had a different order for yourself in your single life, and she had created different order for herself. And when you guys got together, your center being different background, different everything, would create a disturbance in her order, in her center. So it would create disorder for her. And her center, her differences, the way she was, her way of doing things, thinking and all that, experiences, would create a disturbance in your center, which would create a disturbance in your order. At the beginning, that's how it was. But after a while, these initial disorders became the new order because you guys got together and you compromised and this and that, fought over it and debated and so on. And after a while, certain things became kind of common. And you ended up doing certain things together or liking certain things together, thinking about certain things together and so on. So there was a kind of a new order had created. And when you broke up, that new order was, which was a disorder at the beginning of your relationship, is broken and became again a disorder. which was actually this new disorder, is the order that you had before the relationship started, because that's how you were before the relationship started. She wasn't there, it was all you. So the point that I'm making is, if you're confused by my quick explanation, and I go back to the other videos that I've made, which says new order. It starts the title new order, and that explains there. So our number 3 point was that you understand that you're hanging on to memory because you don't like the disorder. And you don't want to believe that there is a disorder because she's not with you anymore. So you're hanging on to the memory to create that order that was residing when you guys hadn't broken up yet. Okay? I don't want to repeat the video, so go to the video new order. What is it that you're really missing? And then you will get this new order and the breakup, you'll understand. Then you come back to this video and you know what I'm talking about. So, and that's number 3. Number 4, to move on. Do your stuff as needed, as you've been doing it all along. Because life doesn't give a shit what you're going through. Your school still wants the projects on homeworks. Your job wants the performance and the whatever you're supposed to do. Your friends or bank or... That was funny though, bringing friend and bank in the same sentence, because banks are no friend of anybody. But the people that expect things from you, or your responsibilities, duties, that's part of life, and the life doesn't give a shit that you're actually going through some kind of emotional problems. It is not like you're in school and you bring a note from the doctor or from home, so they will accept your excuses. Okay, you don't have to do your homework because you're going through, I don't know, you have a cold or you're sick or whatever. This is no letter. There's no letter coming from your doctor or home. So you can't expect life to recognize your pain as a breakup pain and say, oh, I don't feel like to work. I don't want to go to work. I'm depressed. I don't want to live. I just don't want, I'm not happy to go to school. None of that. I understand that. And you're probably feeling that way. I know. I've been through it too. But it doesn't count. Everything is going on out there. And all you're doing, you're just taking yourself out of the equation. And that certainly is no way to fulfill your plans or get closer to achieving your goals. So you can't count on that. Now, number 5, find new friends. Find new friends and follow your plans. Stay active and be in good physical shape, because if you're in good physical shape, you'll have a good mood. Your psyche would be in good mood. And when you're in good mood, you'll have a good confidence. You'll be confident and you'll have more confidence. And when you have more confidence, you'll attract others when you're in a good mood. You know, you've never been attracted to someone who's not in a good mood. You've never been attracted to someone who's not confident. And therefore, stay in shape, exercise to your level, be in a good mood. That brings you confidence, and that will be shown out there. And you will attract some friends that you may decide, oh, she's the right person for you, somebody to get to know. Just be friends. You don't have to focus on a new girlfriend. Just be friends. Find friends. And if that's supposed to be, you will come together. And then after that, just continue doing all your duties and responsibilities and don't stop on those. But before any of these to work, you must want to be fine. You must believe that you want to move on. You must want to move on. You must want to be fine. Don't sit there and say, no, I don't want to be fine because I find it betrayal if I am fine, and if I like somebody else, that's a sin because I liked her. Now I have to be very loyal to her because it's a guilt. It's I can't love another. I can't be friend with another. It's a sin if I don't like her anymore. It's a sin if I forget her anymore. It's a sin if I love another. It's a sin if I forget about her. These are all just things that you play in your head because you think it has anything to do with your feelings being true and loyal to her, or it's your honor and code of honor that I can't now go with somebody else. What? Open your eyes. She's gone. She's having her own life. She's moved on.